Alright, let's see how we can reduce the brightness. Let's see how we can reduce the brightness. It's supposed to face this way. Oh, no. Let's take it this way. Alright, so welcome to our chemistry class today. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, so we are back. Welcome to the live stream section. I don't know who is online because this class is supposed to last for 1 hour 30 minutes. So I don't know who is online for the class. All right. So we are going to start right away. I think someone is online right now. So what we are going to be treating is acid, base, and salt. Acid, base, and I believe this is one of the best way we can actually cover up a lot of topics. You get to see me soon. I'm getting to prepare my So we are treating acid, base, and salt. Let me work on the light. All right, acid, base, and what? Salt. Please, coming from our WhatsApp group, let me know. If you're coming from the WhatsApp group, please let me know. Indicate in the comment section. Let me know if you're coming from the WhatsApp group. So with me here is my note of lesson. So what we are going to be treating is acid, base, and salt. Acid, base, and salt. Acid, base, and salt in chemistry. Right? So this is not something new, but this is a very important topic in chemistry. JAMB must always ask a question based on this particular topic. I can bring out the past question right now. It's inside the house. I can bring out the past question right now, and you see that at least 3 questions are going to come out, particularly from acid, base, and salt. And that is what we are going to be trashing in this particular video. So if you are coming from our WhatsApp group, let me keep it this way. I think I should keep it this way. Yes. If I keep it this way, you get to see it better. Please, if you are coming from our WhatsApp group, let me know. So we are going to discuss the concept of what? Acid, base, and what? Salt. And when we talk about acid, let's start with acid. When we talk about acid, this is not something new. Acid is not something what new. We know that from when we used to do chemistry practical or when we used to go to chemistry lab, we know that acid is very, very what? It's dangerous. Right? So what is what? An acid. What is acid all about? According to a scientist or a chemist known as Arrhenius, according to this particular scientist known as what? Arrhenius, he defined acid. He defined acid as a substance which produces hydrogen what? Which produces hydrogen ion. Which produces hydrogen ion. Which produces hydrogen what? Ion. As the only positive what? Ion. As the only positive ion. As the only positive ion when dissolved in water. When dissolved in water. Right, so this is the what basic definition of what acid is all about. Please, hello Samuel Ebubechi Weke, you are welcome to the live stream section. Right, let me see how these lights will not actually. I don't want this light to. All right, I'm back. So we have two classification of what? Acid, right? So when we talk about the classification of what? Acid, so we say classification. There are two classification of what? Acid, right? And we have what? Organic acid. We have the organic acid and we have the what? Inorganic what? Acid. We have the organic acid and the inorganic acid. So when we talk about the concept of what? Organic acid, right? These are acids that are gotten from what? Natural what? Sources. These are acids that are gotten from what? Natural what? Sources. Example, we have the what? The lactic what? Acid. We have the lactic acid, which the source of the lactic acid is what? Milk, right? So we have the what? Organic what? Acid. These are natural. Then we have the inorganic acid. When we say inorganic acid, they are produced in a what? Lab, or they are produced in a what? Industries, right? So example of this is what? Hydrochloric acid, which is a combination of hydrogen plus what? Chlorine, right? So this is what? Organic acid and inorganic acid. This is the two classification of what? Acid. Classification of acid is different from the types of what? Acid, right? So that is what you are supposed to what? Note. That's what you're supposed to what? Note. So we have the word organic acid and we have the word inorganic word acid. All right, Dashan, you are welcome. All right, you are welcome to the live stream section. So we have the organic and the word inorganic acid. So let's clean this. I believe you already have this. Let's talk about the two types of what? Acid. Like I said, the classification of acid is different from the type of what? Acid. If you have any question, please feel free to drop it in the comment section and I will attend to it. So we have types of what? Acid. Types of acid. So when we talk about type of acid, we have two types of acid. We have number one, we have the strong acid. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We have the strong acid and we have the what? Weak acid. So the strong acid, this is a type of acid that what ionizes what completely. Say ionizes what completely in water. Ionizes completely in water. So this is what a strong acid. They dissolve completely in what? Water. Then the weak acid are those that what ionizes what? Partially in water. They ionizes partially in what? Water. Right? So that is the what? The strong acid and the what? Acid. And you are going to be giving what? All right, we are learning the acid, base, and salt. That is what we are doing today. Acid, base, and salt. Acid, base, and salt. That is what we are doing. Let me charge my. So the acid, base, and salt is what we are. I just went to get something now. All right, so that is what we have right now. So let's talk about the chemical properties of acid. Let's talk about the what chemical what properties of what acid. Let's talk about the chemical properties of acid. I don't know whether I have those people that are supposed to be watching me from my WhatsApp class. I don't know whether they are here, my students from my WhatsApp class, right? So let's talk about the physical properties of acid first before we talk about the chemical properties of what acid. So physical properties of what acid, physical properties of what acid, right? The number one physical properties of acid is that they are what acid are what corrosive, right? Concentrated acid, concentrated acids are corrosive. Concentrated acids are what? Corrosive. Number two is that acids on blue litmus paper red. right? So the acid turns what? The blue litmus paper what? Red. Now, this is about physical properties of what? Acid. This is what we can decide to build on based physical properties of what? Acid. So let's discuss also the what? Chemical properties of what? Acid. Now, before we talk about the chemical properties of what? An acid. Now, please note this. Before we talk about the chemical properties of acid, we don't add water to acid. We don't add water. We don't add water to acid. We don't add water to what? Acid. When you add water to acid, it's going to cause what? Bubbling. Right? It's going to cause bubbling, which will lead to what? Splashes. So we don't add water to what? Acid. What we do is that we add acid to what? Water. But we don't add water to what? Acid. Right? So that is just how it is. You have to know this particular what aspect. Also, we have what is known as what concentrated acid and the dilute what acid. We have the concentrated acid and the dilute what acid. A concentrated acid is that in which little amount of water, little amount of water is added to a large amount of what acid. Large amount of acid is added to a large amount of what acid. So let's say we have what 1 liter of what water plus 5 liter of what HCl, which is an acid. 5 liter of what hydrochloric what acid. Right? At this point in time, what is going to happen there is what concentration is going to be what very what concentrated, right? This is going to be a very concentrated and corrosive what acid. While a dilute acid is one in which what large amount of water is added to a little quantity of what acid. So we have what 5 liters of water to be added to what 1 liter of what acid. At that particular point in time, that acid is what diluted, right? So that is what you're supposed to know when it comes to what dilute acid and what concentrated what acid. Okay, someone say, what is the opposite of acid? What is the opposite of acid? Um, I will not want to say a base because it is. All right, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, someone said, what is the opposite of what? Acid, right? I'm going to talk about it, but I will not just say the opposite of acid is what? A base. All right, so I will not give you that particular answer to say the opposite of acid is what? A base. But you'll get to know more about it as we continue this class. So as we continue this class, you get to know more about it. Okay, like in water form, I'm talking about PhD level. No, 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 no. I've not gotten to PhD level. I'm no, no, no. I've not gotten to that level. So I may not actually know. I'm just in the basic level. You understand? So I'm not gotten to. But you can still drop it in the comment section so that I can learn from you. And you understand? So because that's one of the best way to learn. I can also learn from you. Right? So I want to discuss. All right. So I have markers here now. We want to discuss the chemical properties of acids now, and this is where it starts getting interesting. So we want to talk about the chemical properties of acid. The chemical properties of an acid, right? So you say chemical properties, chemical what? Properties. Alright. Now the first chemical properties of an acid you're supposed to know is number one, addition of acid plus what? A base. Right? Addition of what? Acid plus what? A base. That is the first and the basic stuff we are supposed to know. Is that the upper level? I've not done PhD, so I don't actually know. You understand? So I don't actually know the opposite of acid. You understand? I don't know the opposite of what an acid, sincerely. All right. So we say addition of what an acid plus a base, right? So the first one we have here. So let's say the acid we have here is hydrochloric acid plus a base, which is what sodium hydroxide. Now, addition of acid plus a base is going to give us what salt and water. Salt and what water. So you have hydrochloric acid plus what sodium what chloride. What we are going to have here is sodium chloride plus H2O. Right. So this is acid. This is a base. This is a salt, and this is what water. This reaction is collectively known. This reaction is collectively known. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. This reaction, the addition of acid plus what a base, giving us what salt and water. You understand? Is collectively known as the neutralization reaction. So this is known as the neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. Right? The addition of what acid plus a base giving us what salt and water alone only is what is known as what neutralization what reaction. So that is the first one. Then we have the second one again. That's the first reaction you're supposed to note. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I will feel motivated to continue dropping helpful videos like this. And also, I just bought my lights. I want to share it with you people because people have been a source of inspiration. You people have been supporting me, supporting my growth. I just bought my LED lights. I want you people to see it. I want you people to see it. So, no, I'm going to talk about preparation of acid. You understand? In the course of this class, I'm going to talk about preparation of what acid, right? We prepare an acid dissolving what an acid anhydride in what water. So I'm going to talk about it by preparation of what acid. We have basically two preparation of what acid, but the basic one is what dissolving of what an acid anhydride in what water. So Mr. Darshan Rakia, right? So I'm coming. Let me set my lamp so it's not going to reflect on the board. I'm coming. So there's an exam we write over here in Nigeria. There's an exam we write here over in Nigeria because I'm from Nigeria. So from Nigeria, this is JAMB TMA, and the exam is coming foot. You understand? So in the next 3 months, students will be writing this exam. It's like an entrance exam before you can enter. You can enter the university. This light is going down. Okay, so the exam is an entrance exam, and we have what is known as the syllabus. So we follow the syllabus for the exams. So most of the things, not because they are really not necessary, but because we are following the syllabus, the chemistry syllabus for JAMB UTM. If you are preparing to write the exam, you're supposed to follow the syllabus, right? So we have the number 2. I've talked about the first one, which is known as what the neutralization or reaction. Number 2 is the reaction of a metal. So reaction of acid or acid with a metal. With a metal, reaction of what? An acid with what? A metal. So we still use our hydrochloric acid plus what? Zinc. Wow, wow, wow. I will be forced to end this live stream section. Jesus. Wow. Hello everyone, please we end the listening section. My I'm so sorry, but my light went off, so please I cannot continue. Please, apologies. So apologies. I will be please. So I want to end the live. I want to end the live. Please, we'll reschedule.